Alright, so today I want to do something a little bit different, maybe a little bit crazy, and I want to invite you to come along with me to a reptile show here in about 6 weeks in Pueblo, Colorado in the middle of May 2021. As a matter of fact, that same weekend there's actually a motorcycle ride. It's the Defenders of Freedom motorcycle ride in Fountain, Colorado, which is about 45 minutes away from Pueblo. So I was thinking of doing the reptile show on Saturday and doing the motorcycle ride on Sunday. I started talking about it on one of my live streams. As a matter of fact, there was someone on the live stream that had bought some of my ball python hatchlings in the past, and I knew they had a Harley Davidson. So I was saying, wouldn't it be neat to actually do both? And you're actually invited to come along with me to do this weekend of the reptile show and the motorcycle ride. And he said, yes, I will definitely be there. I'm going to bring my wife and my kids and my Harley Davidson. Come to find out, he actually lives in Montana, which is about a 12-hour ride from Colorado. So he's going to drive all the way down from Montana, 12 hours to do this weekend, and then drive 12 hours all the way back, which is kind of crazy. So I decided, hey, why not just open it up to everybody? If people are local, maybe they can actually take part in some of this. If you're actually, kind of on a busy schedule, maybe you can hit part of it or not. We can actually meet in person and kind of hang out for a while, which would be kind of cool. So as far as my schedule, I'm actually going to put under the description of this video kind of the events as far as where I'm going if you want to meet up with me at the reptile show or the ride. And then I was thinking of kind of throwing some other stuff in. So I was thinking as far as what would work best for my schedule, I'm thinking of maybe leaving my house here at 11 a.m. on Saturday after I feed all my animals and take care of my cows and my dogs and everything here. It takes me a while in the morning. And then I'm kind of waiting for everything to warm up too, because it's really cold up here in the mountains. And then I'll leave here at 11 a.m. in the morning, get to the reptile show about 2 p.m. I was actually thinking about spending about 3 hours at the reptile show from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Then, after kind of hanging out there, meeting everyone, I thought from there we drive over to my dad's old restaurant. My dad used to have a restaurant that's about 10 minutes away from the reptile show. I thought it'd be kind of neat to go down memory lane. It's actually still a restaurant. We could go in there and have a dinner and just kind of hang out for a little bit. And then after that, I was thinking about playing some pool. I was looking up some good pool halls in Pueblo. Come to find out, there's a place called Essential Cues in Pueblo that actually has 12 pool tables. We could probably fit a lot of people in Essential Cues. And the other thing that's cool about that is they actually serve dinner at Essential Cues, and they also have a bar if you want to get a drink over there. And then later on in the night, they bring in a live band. So it sounds like it could get kind of crazy over there playing a bunch of pool. So I was thinking, as far as that day, kind of finishing up, I'll probably stay over there at Essential Cues from like 7 o'clock maybe to like 9 or 10, and then from there I'll probably go to some family members in Pueblo and spend the night. And then the following day to go to the motorcycle rally, I was thinking maybe we can meet like in North Pueblo, maybe like at a Walmart parking lot. Maybe we'll start meeting at 8 o'clock and just kind of hang out and kind of look at each other's bikes. If you actually have a motorcycle, we can meet over there in the parking lot over at Walmart, and then we can all leave together at like 8:30 and go up to Fountain, Colorado, where the ride is up there. And I think they actually have registration like at 9 o'clock, and then they have a safety meeting at 10:30, and the actual ride starts at about 11 o'clock. Which is pretty cool. And if you actually look at the whole ride, it pretty much rides all around Fountain and Colorado Springs. It's actually a police escorted ride, which is pretty wild. They actually block all the traffic and you move pretty slow through the city. So I'm thinking it'll maybe take like an hour and a half ride all around the city. And then they have an after ride party, which is pretty cool. I might hang out there for maybe an hour and a half at the after ride party. And then after that, I'll have to go back home and feed the animals on the next day. So that's kind of the schedule of events. If you're interested in going to some of it or part of it, maybe I can meet you at the reptile show, maybe Essential Cues, maybe at just the ride, whatever is available in your schedule. I think it would be a pretty awesome weekend. So what I want to do from here is I want to show you kind of the logistics as far as what's going on with my motorcycle. You know, we're finally at the point where the snow is finally melting here up in the mountains of Colorado. I'm thinking maybe in the next day or two, I'll be able to get my motorcycle on the road the first time since I bought it last fall, which would be pretty awesome. So I'm going to leave you with a little footage from kind of showing you my driveway, my garage, and my motorcycle, some of the upgrades on my motorcycle. So hey, if you're interested in going, maybe I'll meet you there. That'd be pretty awesome. Just kind of hanging out, getting to know people instead of, you know, just doing the live streams and videos. And it's still 6 weeks away. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about the whole pandemic and everything. So I actually have my vaccine scheduled for next week. Hopefully I'll actually get that vaccine. It's the one-shot J&J vaccine that I'm getting. So technically 2 weeks after I get my vaccine, which is in 3 weeks, I'll be fully vaccinated and fully protected. It's pretty much the end of the pandemic if you can get a vaccination. And if you're wondering where to get a vaccination, it took me like days to figure it out. You can actually go to one of these super vaccination sites. They have one in Pueblo. They're actually booked out about 2 weeks, but they actually vaccinate someone every 15 minutes, and you can pick what type of vaccine you get. I opted for the one shot, pretty much one shot and go J&J vaccine. I really don't like the multiple shots coming back for a second shot. So hey, if you're looking for a vaccine, you can go like down in Pueblo if you're local, or look for one of these mass vaccinations sites if you're into the vaccines. If you're an anti-vaxxer, then you don't have to get I've actually talked to so many people that said, no way, I'm not going to get the vaccine, and that is your choice. But I was hoping, you know, if we all get together and, you know, most of us would be vaccinated, maybe we'll have a little herd immunity going with most of us being vaccinated. So that'd be pretty cool. I'll meet you down there, and I'll leave you with some footage from my driveway and my motorcycle. All right, take a look at this. The moment I've been waiting for, almost a clear driveway where I could get my motorcycle up and out. There's just a little bit of snow right over there where it almost can barely get through. And if you actually look at the other side of my driveway, way over here in my house, pretty much all the way clear. It's the first time it's been clear since the fall, which is kind of crazy. It's been completely snow-packed and solid ice on this driveway. And it's definitely melting quite a bit. It's pretty muddy right in here. But the one thing that's really holding me back is this one spot right over here by the garage. Take a look at this. It's still pretty much solid ice right through here. I can't believe how fast this melted just pretty much in the last couple days. This is like really super thick ice over here. I don't know if I can get my bike. Maybe I could get it through this. But I'm going to wait just a couple more days, and then I'll be completely good to go. And my bike is in the garage here. It's been pretty much in the garage all winter since I bought it in the fall. Getting so excited to get this thing out, which would be pretty awesome. And I had a problem with my ATV. I actually parked my ATV in my garage. Still having some carburetor problems. Still too much snow to actually get it down by the barn, which is kind of crazy. But if you're wondering what my bike looks like, take a look at this. This is my bike, all set up, ready to go, ready to hit the road. I actually packed it all up and everything. Been doing some modifications on this. The first thing I actually got, take a look at this helmet. That's pretty cool. Put some Harley Davidson stickers on there, ready to go on my helmet. I actually bought some luggage. It's kind of like it's like individual components of like a Molly system. These were all, I actually bought them separate. They didn't really come together. I don't think they were really designed to put on a motorcycle. And I actually bought this really tall sissy bar that you almost can't even see up here on the top. You can see like this, the top of it right up on here. And it's like a round bar that comes down. It's kind of interesting how they made this sissy bar. If you actually take all this stuff off and look at it, it's actually like a square stock down here that they twisted around, and then they cut up off on top, and then they put like a round stock on top of it, which is kind of cool. And then as far as the bags, I actually have I have it pretty much set up to where I can actually lay back on it, which is kind of like a backrest, which is pretty cool. Got a little Mexican blanket on the outside with little little rubber little rubber bungee cords on the side of it, and then you can just pop that right off and get right into the bags. which is pretty awesome. And essentially what I have in here, I have my rain suit in here. Then I have some tools. I have this is empty right now. I can actually put a little like a little fleece vest in there. And then the back in here, I actually have a really flat container that contains a half gallon of gasoline in case anyone runs out of gas, which is pretty awesome. And then I have like some first aid stuff in here and some snacks. And then I have this bag in the back, pretty much empty right now. And what this is, I can actually put a tent in here, which is pretty awesome. Go camping, and I don't have to like tie my tent on. And what I think I'm gonna do, like on these long trips that I'm doing this time, I'll probably put in like my water bottle and some snacks and stuff. Maybe a light jacket or something in there, which would be pretty cool. And then I have this 550 cord that I got bored one day and kind of braided it all together. And then if I want to put anything else on here, I can cut one of these off and then tie it on to the Molly system that I have on this bike, which is pretty awesome. I also have some bungee cords in there in case I have to bungee anything together. But I did quite a bit of upgrades to this bike. If you're interested in kind of what I did, I actually upgraded all the blinkers, the tail light, and the headlight all to these LEDs, which is pretty awesome. And then I found out once you do all the LEDs, you actually need, it's like, I can't remember what they call it, some kind of a circuit controller to prevent the really fast blinking of your LEDs, which is kind of crazy. That actually goes underneath the seat. And then some of the other things I found out on this bike, I haven't actually driven it yet, just kind of idled it here in the garage. But I did notice that it actually has a digital gas gauge over here that doesn't work. It showed it was a full tank, and then my gas light came out. I was almost out of gas. Luckily, I found out there's actually an odometer here that you can reset and just watch the odometer as far as watching your fuel on it, which is pretty awesome. And then around here, I actually upgraded the headlights and the blinkers to LEDs, which is like a huge difference. And then the other thing as far as safety, probably the biggest thing that I did is I changed this engine mount way down here. Apparently on these Dynas, the engine mounts go out quite a bit. This one was super bad, and the problem is it's right below the air, the oil filter here. So when you change the oil, it all leaks down on your engine mount, and then all the rubber in the engine mount gets really bad. It started swelling out really bad. And I changed that out. It was a super easy fix, and it really reduced the vibration in my bike. And then let's see, what else did I do? I changed the spark plugs, which was a super easy thing to do. Come around to this side. I actually reconditioned the air filter, and then it's actually like a Canon air filter where I cleaned it, and then all this red is actually the oil that goes in there and cleans the air as it goes in, which is pretty cool. And then I got a new battery under this cover here, and then added like a pigtail, which is it's kind of interesting. You can do a trickle charger that keeps your battery good all winter. And I bought a little USB adapter where I could plug it into the pigtail and charge my phone, which is pretty awesome. So that is pretty much it as far as my motorcycle. I'm just dying to get it out. Here in a couple days, I think I'll actually get it out and ride it for the very first time. Hopefully I don't have any major problems on the road. And I know one thing, I kind of have a little bit of a wear on the tire. The back tire is getting a little thin. It may be good for the next month or so, but I'm thinking at some point I probably want to change out the tires on this. It has about 20,000 miles on this bike. Pretty awesome bike, and hopefully I can get it on the road here in a few days, which would be pretty awesome. All right, let's fire this thing up so you can see what it sounds like. This thing's got some thunder to it. It is pretty awesome.
Bye.